So I guess we should get on to the question of what legitimacy actually is. If you could spell out what your understanding of it is, why it matters, and maybe why, according to you, it always matters, because you seem to argue through the book that this is not just a concern of capitalist states, but is of import to radicals and revolutionaries who might imagine some post-capitalist order, and that legitimacy in that situation would also be of crucial importance, and maybe in the past as well, in pre-capitalist social orders as well. So maybe you could explain your understanding of legitimacy.
Yeah, so legitimacy is to do with the maintenance of any kind of order that makes decisions that some people don't agree with at least some of the time. So, in a situation where everybody agrees with everything that takes place and nobody has any kinds of objections to anything that happens, legitimacy would not be a relevant concept. But as soon as you're in a context where things happen that some people disagree with, but nonetheless they're expected to put up with those things or even contribute to that activity, then legitimacy enters the picture because there has to be some justification if those people are being asked to participate or to stay out of the way. They have to be persuaded or convinced on some level to do that. And if this persuasion or convincing doesn't happen, then there's some sort of consequence for it not happening. Now, that consequence in a kind of standard theory would be revolution, revolt, a showdown, people in the street. But in this book, I want to suggest that there are other possible consequences for not being convinced apart from that. If people are not willing to do those kinds of things because they think that kind of stuff is a waste of time or dangerous or counterproductive or can only result in a disaster, then there has to be some other kind of response to the not being persuaded, not being convinced. And the book is very much about trying to figure out what is that other kind of response that's possible.